Hello everyone, it's me, Soup again. This time we're watching FireFox versus Nullus. It's going to be Hades versus Frey, and this is a very interesting matchup. I think one that generally people will say favors the Frey in this matchup, because what Frey does is just very, very strong versus Hades a lot of the time. So we'll see how this goes. Certainly FireFox will have to come up with something really good to beat Nullus here. Nullus is, of course, one of the best players playing right now. He's in the ETC tournament. He's in the top 12 at the moment. So really, really, really strong player, needless to say. And we do see FireFox going for that Balls of Erebus start without using a granary that he loves to do so much. And he's even implementing his own little... Wait, he didn't get 10 wood. He got some wood here in the beginning at least. But yeah, getting the gold for the temple, plugging the temple down like this, just herding all the animals over into your TC. In a sec, take a look at what the map is looking like. We've got a second town center with no hunt nearby and an alright gold mine. It's not a perfect town center by any means, and same over on Nullus' side. Not a great second TC either. Maybe this forward one is actually really good for Nullus. There's a gold mine, there's hunt here, and there's even some hunt over there. So if Nullus could grab this TC, maybe plug down a hill fort here before he gets it, that would be really good for him. Similarly for FireFox, very, very good third town center with hunt on both sides and a very good gold mine. 2 good gold mines. And 2 rhinos down here too. So now the question is, will FireFox scout this? When you're playing Hades and you're doing the strategy, the big downside, of course, is that you will be scouting much later. And that also means that it's going to be more difficult for you to see what the map looks like and then plan accordingly. Here we see FireFox scouting the right side. He sees the second TC, that's not really great. And if he saw the third town center immediately, he could potentially make a strategy that revolved around that TC. But as of right now, he's got no clue. So we're gonna see what FireFox does. Very, very standard opener from FireFox at this stage. I think this has pretty much become the standard opener for Hades at this point. Just really, really good, versatile build. Only downside to it is you cannot put up some early pressure. So if you want to stop your opponent from getting a second TC, you can't really use this build because it'll be too slow. But other than that, it's super versatile. We do see a second villager onto the temple as well. This does tell me FireFox is gonna go for either Minotaur spam or Cyclops spam. Or even just Manticores in the Heroic Age or something. This is always nice to have favor, but like having 3 or 4 on favor as FireFox has now, definitely some myth units involved. I'm pretty certain of it. Here's the scales of Echidna myth units, minus 15% resource cost. Not including favor, but still a great relic to pick up when you're going for this type of strategy that FireFox is doing here. Not sure what it will be, but when you're making a lot of myth units, like I predict he will, then certainly grab that relic. Caravans cheaper, move faster. This one is alright to have. It's not a big priority by any means. And we do see Ajax is out. Gonna grab that Scales of Echidna, and this is gonna make his strategy a lot more efficient, I think. And this is the super delayed build from FireFox. This is something that me and FireFox has been talking about, is when you're playing Hades, there's no reason often not to just delay your advance by a lot. And then what that'll allow you to do is you can even get, well, you can get, sometimes you can get your economic upgrades in, but right now, FireFox is prioritizing going to the giraffes instead. But this is super delayed from FireFox. It's gonna be like a 5:30 advance or something. I've talked about this in some of the videos on my channel, where I say each additional villager you get out before you start advancing to the classical age will net you an additional 60 resources. Because having the villager out before you have all this idle TC time means that there's an additional 60 seconds where you have a villager gathering resources. So FireFox doing this type of strategy here with such a delayed classical age advance is gonna give him, you know, compared, if he did a 4-minute advance compared to a 5:30 advance, it's going to be 6 times 60 additional resources. So that's 360 additional resources that Firefox gets just by advancing at 5:30 instead of 4 minutes. And you can really make a lot of stuff happen with 360 additional resources. The Nullus advancing at 5 minutes, so relatively slow advance from him too, but not quite as slow as Firefox is doing. And the Catastropos has scouted this TC here, so there is an option that Firefox could go for this second TC. I don't think it's gonna happen. Usually when you see these super delayed advances, it's gonna be a full Classical Age fighting or even a fast heroic as well. But generally, you don't grab a second TC if you advance this late. Because the TC will be so delayed. And yeah, your economy is already good just from having advanced so late, so we'll see a military camp and an archer range being set up already from Firefox. Bit unorthodox when you're going through Ares, and we do see Deimos Sword of Dread allowing Firefox to be able to build Hypaspis. So this is really cool versus Freyr, because if you look over on Nullus' side now, he's got 3 longhouses and a temple, 0 great halls. So having Hypaspis in your army against this Nullus army, consisting of Hursars, a Berserk, Throwing Axemen, more Berserks coming in, and he's getting the medium infantry upgrade. You see, it's full infantry. So when Firefox goes for this Hypaspis upgrade, those units are going to give so much value. We do also see the Cyclops upgrade, and we do see a second Cyclops as well. So it's just a really delayed power spike from Firefox. But now we'll see, can he deal some damage onto this hill fort? I think it'll be difficult. I think he'll be forced to retreat here. If he advanced a bit earlier, and he had Hypaspis out, maybe he could pressure this area, but not currently. Just forced to retreat here, and he's taking some Cyclops damage, a bit unfortunate for him. Luckily, not too much. But I think what Nullus is doing here is super standard. Like I said he could do. Plug a hill fort up on this location and then grab the TC afterwards. It's gonna make things difficult for Firefox. He's got both Deimos Sword of Dread and medium infantry now though. So these Hypaspis are gonna be very, very strong. Nullus does see them now though, so I think Nullus probably has to build a lot of great halls here if you want to counter these Hypaspists. Generally, when you're playing Norse and you want to counter stuff like this, you need raiding cavalry and throwing axemen. But then the issue is Cyclops are good against both of those units, so I do like what Firefox is doing here. Kind of really countering the Nullus army here. 4th Cyclops coming in very soon. We also have Pestilence available. It's really good against something like a hill fort here, because it means that not only will the production be slowed down significantly, it'll also be unable to shoot arrows, as we can see here. There's the big attack coming in. 3 Cyclops hitting the hill fort. Throwing Axemen being plucked in and out of the hill fort. Really good micro from Nullus. Wonder what Firefox will do to this. Already 1 Cyclops gone down. Yeah, really. Ooh. Nullus is microing this super well. Taking the Hursars in and out of the hill fort. He's taking down 3 Hursars almost already. And the Hypaspis are finding it difficult to find value. This is actually very instructive. Even though you have Pestilence, this kind of attack is very difficult to pull off still. Although it does look like maybe Firefox is making it work. The Cyclops are so strong. See this lone guy, he can scare off 9 throwing X-Men very easily. I don't think Nullus could have played this any better, yet still Firefox manages to push through here. Such a good army. Cyclops and the Hypaspis. I gotta keep this in mind myself when I play versus Freyr. Nullus didn't even have a chance to get the town center up either. Big play from Firefox here. And it's so much value because now he's going to take down the Great Halls. And these Great Halls are going to have to be rebuilt at home for Nullus. He really needs the cavalry out at this point. He's rebuilding one over here. This is just going to get taken out too. Such a rough spot for Nullus to be in. Look at the Cyclops here. One of them are being grabbed. See if we can get a good throw off here. It's quite good. Could have been a bit better, but it's good. See here, a new one incoming. Didn't quite manage to micro it properly. Null's actually fighting back here with the raiding cavalry in. And the Cyclops are going to town now. Only one Hurser just being made here. Now the Cyclops has to retreat. There's a third one coming too. Always important to look at the micro. Oof, you gotta micro these throws. Try to hit them into the middle of the fight. But the area of effect damage from the Cyclops is so good. Holy. I swear, this Cyclops unit is one of the most underrated units in Age of Mythology. The area of effect damage is so brutal here. And when you pair them with Hypaspists, you see the potency of these units. Absolutely absurd. Nullus being a bit risky with 9 villagers over here. You could potentially say that FireFox should have had this guy on patrol or something right there. So much fighting going on over here. And now FireFox is pushing these dwarves away from this gold mine. He's gonna get a lot of damage dealt in the process too. So if you look at FireFox's economy, he's got 16 on food. He's got 8 over here. He's got 10 here. He's got 8 over here. But my point is, you need so much food when you're making a strategy like this. Cyclops costs 127 food because of the relic. It's a bit cheaper. Let's look at this fight here. Once again, just Cyclops dealing so much damage to this backline. While the Hypaspists are taking care of the Hursers, the Cyclops takes care of everything else, basically. Anyways, what I was saying is Hypaspists, 60 food, 25 gold. And you also have to make villagers costing 50 food. And you want to get upgrades as well at some point. Like, it's just insane the amount of food that you need when you're making a build like this. Right now, FireFox has got a lot on wood. But I think maybe part of that is because he wants to make more production buildings or something. Not quite sure. Ooh, this granary spots the villagers over on this location. Very fortunate for FireFox. I wonder if he notices. He surely should be. But yeah, the Cyclops are so strong here. FireFox has noticed it. Now sending Achilles and a bunch of Shades, a bunch of everything over there, basically. Good job with the Pegasus hovering this gold mine. This HUSKSUPPE hovering this gold mine. And just having full control of the map and executing a goal control to perfection here. Forcing Nullus to actually send his villagers over on this location. If he could do that unspotted, that would have been a huge play from Nullus, but when he gets spotted, it's very dangerous. Ghoulin Bursty cast over here. Big AoE damage onto the backline of the Toxotes. Even turn back and deal damage to the Hypaspis here, maybe. Certainly, this is one unit you have to be very careful of when you're executing a Cyclops strategy versus Frey. See the damage dealt by this unit. And it's a hero, by the way, Ghoulin Bursty. It's got a 2 multiplier versus Smith units. Plus it's got the AoE attack. Very, very, very sick unit. Very, very strong here. Probably should have just retreated here, FireFox. Ah, well. It does look like you managing to kill it 2 seconds before it would have died anyways, but sure, why not? FireFox now building this TC. Maybe realizing that he is getting the goal control, and it's just nice to expand your economy while this is happening. If you got the spare resources, even a 3rd town center too. FireFox not looking to go heroic anytime soon anyways. He's got everything he needs in the classical age. He's got the really good myth unit. He's got the perfect counter to the Frey army. So why even bother going heroic? I think that's what FireFox is saying here. Even getting Spear of Panic, which affects hoplites. So if Nullus makes a big RC army, you can counter it with really strong hoplites too now. Second temple coming in for FireFox. I don't know what this is for. Maybe he just really wants to spam Cyclops now. You do see the second TC up, almost got the third one up as well. So that means that FireFox, not only will he be able to put on the pressure over in this location, while he's putting on the pressure, he's expanding his economy rapidly. Berries available to him there. He can even go to these monkeys and other objectives up here. Actually not here. Ooh, a bit unfortunate he's not watching this, but whatever. See over here, Nullus once again forced to retreat from this spot. He's moved his villagers up here, probably thinking they're a bit safer there. If we look at FireFox's army, he's got 4 Cyclops in total. This one may have to maybe dead before long. He's getting in that last bit of damage, killing 1 Berserk in the process, but now has to die. A lot more throwing action being built for Nullus. He needs those to target down the Hypaspists, but such a nice mixed army from FireFox. 11 Toxotes, lots of Shades and Cyclops. Gonna be hard to find value with the TA here. See the throw here. There's that damage. And then you follow it up with the regular attack that's also got area of effect. Another throw here. How's it go? Pretty alright. Would have been nicer over there, but whatever. Look at the Toxotes. They've got the Enyo's Bow of Horror. They've got all the unique Ares upgrades now. And this just means that he's got such a sick Classical Age army here. And once again, he's just winning these fights. Even with these units standing idle. These units standing idle. I really like to have a hotkey where I select all my military. I use Shift Q. And now I select all my military on the field. So I press that. And I just right click where I want my army to be. So right now, I'm controlling this area. Select all military. And then right click where I want them. But a good catch over here from FireFox. We didn't see that, but oh my god, that Cyclops went to town. Over here, same story. Dude, the AoE attack of these Cyclops, it's so big. Even though there's Draugrs in the back here who should theoretically be very good against myth units, there's just not enough. Oh, see the throw here? Didn't hit anything. The throws can be a bit weird when used around buildings, I've noticed. But yeah, FireFox taking this one home now. I don't see any way Nullus comes back here. When you've got your army... there it is. Well played from FireFox. What I was going to say is when you got your army in the middle of the production, and you've got such a military advantage over your opponent, your units will have a very hard time getting out and joining the battle. Really well played from FireFox. Not even sure what Nullus could have done differently here. Such a menacing composition. Hypaspists, Cyclops. Yeah. Well played, FireFox. So, yeah, that's it for me. Follow my channel, HUSKSUPPE, as well, if you like. Otherwise, subscribe to Deities of Death here on YouTube, and I'll see you guys later.